Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Car Talk with Zach, and check out this 2021 Ford Raptor. That's right, this is a new body style Raptor, and man, it's pretty incredible that Ford even creates this truck. It's such a beast. So I'm going to walk around, show you a little bit about it. It's kind of late in the day, so pardon my shadow, but yeah. So, you know, this is based on the F-150, but obviously it's been widened, it's been toughened, and, you know, it's quite a beast of a truck. But again, it's based on the F-150, and it's got these three lights right here because it is so wide that the DOT makes Ford put those three lights, as well as this light here. It exceeds the width of a normal car, so it has to have those lights to make sure you can see how big and wide this thing is. And it's a big truck. It rides big. It floats across potholes and dunes. It'll go through the sand. It's got huge departure and angles and brake angles and approach angles. It really is quite a truck. So you can see as I kind of go around, everything's been beefed up on this thing, and this is stock, folks. This is straight from the factory. This is how they come. Again, coming around the back, you can see another one of those red LEDs in the back, again because of the width of the Raptor. So as we come around the back, you can see that big bold Ford tailgate badging there. These pipes are 3 inches, so they create really quite a nice gargle, and it'll actually pop as it's kind of coming down gear. It'll kind of pop and gargle. It sounds so good. You know, I wouldn't compare it to the sound of a TRX, you know, that Dodge TRX with the 700 horsepower, 700 plus horsepower supercharged V8. Man, that thing sounds so good. I've reviewed one of those before, and they are a remarkable machine. But I have to say, the TRX wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Raptor. I mean, Dodge got tired of Ford selling the absolute crap out of these things. They sold so many Raptors, and Dodge had to do something. So they threw that Hellcat engine into the TRX and made really an incredible machine. That being said, this one, powered by the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6, it's twin turbocharged. It produces 450 horsepower and about 515 pound-feet of torque. So it's plenty powerful. Sounds good, but different for sure than the TRX. So anyway, I'll come back around the driver's side and we'll climb in. I'll show you a little bit around. You know, these things come pretty much fully loaded, so it's got the keyless entry. Keep your key in the pocket. You can unlock it right here, lock it right here. Of course, you can use a key fob as well, but why do that these days? So this is owned by the owner of the Ford dealership that I work for here. So he's got WeatherTech mats in here, but you can see this is another Ford Performance product, and it is really sick. I really like these kind of orange accents here. You got the American flag there, matching on the other side, and then you've got this orange stitching in the steering wheel at 12 o'clock to show you basically where center point is when you're jumping across the dunes. And yes, this thing will jump across some dunes. Additionally, you've got perforated leather seats with the Raptor insignia here, Bang & Olufsen speakers, which extend up into the headrest. I really like the Alcantara suede and here in the seats. Yeah, all in all, it's really nice. I'll climb in, so I'll stop dinging at us. You know, I love that Ford gave you this, you know, Raptor visualization. You can do anything now with these digital gauge clusters, and this one is no different. Man, it looks really good. So I'll kind of show you around a little bit, and then I'll start it up and we'll go for a quick drive. I mean, again, this one's fully loaded. You got the wireless charging for your phone, heated steering wheel, heated ventilated seats. It's got the trailer tow package, so you can tow your trailer and steer your trailer if you're backing it in with this. It's got trailer brake, all kinds of all-wheel drive options. Love the carbon fiber trim here. This one's got obviously rock crawling mode, It'll help you parallel park. It's got cameras all around. This is a nice truck, so I'll kind of turn it around here so you can see what's going on in the back. Panoramic sunroof, you know, plenty of room in the back for everybody. You know, there's a ton of leg room. These come only in crew cab, so you're gonna get it like you see it here, a 5.5 foot bed, crew cab. That's, if you want a Raptor, that's how you're gonna get it. So I'm gonna turn this back around here. We'll start this thing up, and you can hear it and see it. So you can see the little video you get there. I know I need to put gas in it. That's one thing, man. This thing is thirsty. It is thirsty. But listen. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. All right, well, enough of that. Let me mount the camera, and we'll jump back on, and I'll give you a little driving tour of what I think of the 2021 Ford Performance Raptor. All right, driving the new Raptor. Man, I want to just say special thanks to Steve Noller. He is the owner of Laird Noller Ford, which is my employer. I'm a commercial account manager for Laird Noller Ford, so I'm usually out and about calling on businesses and trying to sell them trucks and transits and whatever else they need. But I really want to say thanks to him and you know, basically for giving me a shot at getting behind the wheel of this thing. I've had it for about 3 days. Well, I will have had it for about 3 days. I'll take it back tomorrow, and you know, it is a remarkable truck. It really, really is. I spend my time now driving the F-150, and get on it now. Listen. Oh, it sounds good. It really does. It's got a very distinctive, kind of raw, angry sound. And this is just in normal mode. I'll put it in sport mode here in a minute, but you know, I spend my time driving around in a late model F-150. If you're used to a Ford F-150, this should look very familiar to you. You know, I'm currently in a hybrid Lariat, is what I'm driving, a 2021, and this is all the same. It's very, very comfortable. This obviously has some Raptor, you know, specific trims and stuff, but all in all, it's very, very easy to use, very comfortable. I've written about the Ford data or infotainment center here before. You know, it's very easy to use. Once it gets running, it's very responsive. You know, it's got all kinds of functionality, and I don't really have any complaints about it. I'll put it down in sport mode here, and it really wants me to fuel. So we're in sport mode now, and you can hear that engine note has gotten a little bit louder. Like I mentioned before, 450 horsepower. Try to get it to gargle. Top. Yeah, you can't really hear it, but anyway, 450 horsepower, over 500 pound-feet of torque, and you know, it's enough to move this thing 0 to 60 in about 5.2 seconds. This truck weighs 6,000 pounds. I mean, you think about moving 6,000 pounds in 5.2 seconds to 60. That's pretty good, honestly. I mean, that's pretty good. It is thirsty, though, I will tell you. I mean, I've been getting, I haven't quite hit 15 miles to the gallon. So it is pretty thirsty. You know, that being said, you don't buy a truck like this for economical reasons. I mean, you buy a truck like this because A, you might need a truck like this, or B, you just like it, and I can't blame you for either one of those. It's a very, very, very capable truck. It's a very comfortable truck. It's an easy place to spend time. It's an easy place to use, you know, the truck as you would a daily driver. But then when the deep snow hits, or if you want to take it out on the sand, if you live on the coast and you can drive out on the beach, or you live out in the desert and you want to go dune jumping, if you live up in the mountains and you need to go rock climbing or trailing, man, this thing will go anywhere. Your choices for wheel and tire setup on the Raptor come standard 35-inch, or you can get up to 37 inches on the tire and wheel size or tire size. So bead-like wheels. I mean, this thing, it really is really quite a tremendous truck. After I reviewed the previous generation Raptor, I had the opportunity to review the Dodge TRX, and so then back to back I ended up doing a comparison. You can see this at cartalkwithzach.com. You can go to my website and see this comparison I made. But I was really amazed by the Dodge Ram TRX. It's hard not to be. But what I basically boiled my comparison down to was, if I was spending your money, I would probably buy a TRX. But if I'm spending my money, I'm going to buy the Raptor. It's just a better price value performance combination, in my opinion. These can get expensive. Don't get me wrong. This is not a cheap truck, but I just think the value proposition is a little stronger in the Raptor. Now, if you're following Ford news, everybody's very excited about the Raptor R. That's Ford's response to the TRX. The Raptor is here, and they sold a ton of Raptors before the TRX came out. And the TRX came out with 703 horsepower, 703 supercharged horsepower, and there's no question they probably stole some of the market share, some of the sales from Ford. So what's Ford going to do? They're going to drop the supercharged V8 engine from the GT500 right under the hood of the Raptor. They're calling it the Raptor R. It's going to have 700 horsepower dead. I wish they had boosted it just a little bit more. To me, if I were running Ford, if I know the TRX is at 703, my Raptor R is going to have 705. But that's okay. It's going to be an outrageous truck, and I cannot wait to see one, and I hope I have the opportunity to get behind the wheel of one, because they are going to be fantastic. And then I also can't wait to just read up and watch the reviews on the Raptor R versus the TRX and see if Ford is going to take the throne again. So anyway, this is a remarkable truck. It's amazing to me that Ford even produces a vehicle like this. It's just such an awesome truck. There are no potholes. They just get soaked up in the suspension here. I mean, this thing's made for Baja, literally Baja. It has a Baja mode. Literally has a Baja mode. But yeah, I mean, even in normal mode, you have potholes, and you'd think this truck would be firm and throw you all over the place. It just soaks everything up. It just soaks everything up. So it's a very comfortable ride. You sit up high. It is wide. So it takes a little getting used to with its width, but you sit up high and prominent. It's a really cool truck, and I've really felt fortunate to drive it. So thank you again, Steve, for letting me get behind the wheel of your truck for a little bit. All right, folks. Well, that's gonna do it for me. Please click subscribe while you're watching this video. If you've watched this long, thank you. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, Car Talk with Zach. Also check out cartalkwithzach.com. Anything that I post is going to be on those channels. So please check me out, and thanks for everything. And stay tuned for more awesome vehicles. I have some really cool stuff in store. Just got to find the time to actually get my hands on them.